Folks, welcome back to another week of pop culture. This is so bad it's good. We're doing our pop culture roundup. We're doing this a little earlier because finally our co-host Sophie Ross Brooks is going to see Marty Supreme this evening after we've been talking about it for a month and a half. Sophie, also I want to remind people Sophie is a part of Snarkbait. Go subscribe, rate and review, go see their live shows, all of that stuff. Sophie, what made you decide to see Marty Supreme finally?
I've been saying to my girlfriend, because my girlfriend and I have been just talking about it for so long now, and we're like,
Yeah.
let's just finally go see it. Let's buy tickets. And it's a long weekend. So even though, I usually go to bed at like 9 p.m. on Sunday nights, it's a long weekend. So
Yeah, but
can stay up a little late.
But this is, you have very strong feelings about Timothy Chalamet. You texted me that you had I don't know if it was a sexual dream, but you had a dream that Timothy Chalamet was on Traitors.
Yes. How funny is that? And I woke up and I was like, yeah, like that's a normal thing. Timothy Chalamet being on the Traitors. It was part of like he takes promotional stuff so seriously, like with Marty Supreme. It was like a bit for Marty Supreme. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I was like,
so he played the entire, do you know if he was a faithful or a traitor in your dream?
Oh my God. He was like a faithful. He was like the Dylan Efron Pilot Pete archetype. Where he was,
by the way,
really
don't put Colton Underwood in that.
No.
He is not a pilot. He is not that. He wants to be that type. He is not that type, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
I agree. I don't like how Colton keeps getting, and I understand that Pilot Pete also sucks in a lot of ways outside of the Traitors Castle. But in terms of being a faithful, he was entertaining. He was smart.
Yes.
I like that. I think it's just the fact that they're both like these bland white guy bachelors, but Colton is a horrible person and also not entertaining.
You know what's so funny? I was like, we talked last week and we did, me and the Bravo investigator, kind of did a recap of everybody's past and where they come from. And, I found out more about Colton Underwood and putting that tracking device on Cassie's car from The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And I was still trying to not make excuses, but trying to understand it like motivational wise and psychology wise. But I have to say, he comes off so aggressive and so pushy. And he even said in one of these episodes, he was like, listen, I was completely wrong, but I'm going to keep doing the same exact thing that I was doing, even though I was wrong. And I'm like, wow, you don't even learn from your mistakes. There's no sort of humble. There is no. And if you played sports for 17 years in football, isn't part of that being a team player?
You would think, but no, he goes, I don't stop shooting when I miss. I shoot again.
Yeah. By the way, that's how a lot of people get killed by just shooting randomly.
No, I know. He was so fucking cringy also with Tiffany. He was like, is Tiffany with 2 Fs or 1?
Well, I appreciate that because everybody misspelled. Favorite. What'd you say?
Everyone misspelled
Portia.
Yeah, literally everyone's names. But yeah, he thought he was going to be a fan favorite for sure.
Well, and I do wonder if how cognizant and aware they are of fan reaction, because everybody is so passionate. I mean, we've taken pop culture and it really all turns into rage bait, and obviously with Michael Rappaport as well. But it is interesting. It's like you have to remind yourself, this is supposed to be fun to watch. This is a game. And for the most part, there are a lot of fun things, but there is this kind of hyper tension when you watch this show that then spills out on social media where everybody's like, fuck Colton, fuck Michael, fuck this person.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
I mean, Colton and Michael were getting backlash before the show even premiered for being cast.
Yeah.
But with Colton, it's interesting because I literally just for Snarkbait, we recorded a Patreon about the Megan Wants a Millionaire murder, if you recall.
Oh, that's so...
Yeah.
Oof.
Basically a contestant on Megan Wants a Millionaire. It was back in the VH1 reality TV heyday. I Love New York, Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, whatever. One of the contestants had a previous assault charge. But he was Canadian, and so they just got missed in the background check. And
because VH1 pawned off the background checks on a company that they usually don't use, and they didn't catch it. And so that kind of destroyed VH1 reality television, from my understanding.
And this guy, the contestant, ended up murdering his girlfriend, wife, that he met very quickly after the show. So anyway, my point is, we were talking about how this keeps happening with reality TV casting producers still casting people that have really scary backgrounds. Like, even with Colton, in my opinion, I'm like, this is a dangerous person. He literally put a tracking device on his ex-girlfriend's car. He showed up in an alleyway at 3 a.m. He harassed her family members. Like, this is a dangerous person. I can't believe that he is being put on our TVs. And also, Michael Rappaport has a rap sheet, no pun intended.
Well, no, he does. I mean, his previous girlfriend, Lily Taylor, from the year, I mean, it was very, what was it?
90s.
In the
late
90s? Yeah,
she was
in the
6
90s.
feet under. Yeah. Also
Yeah.
stalked and harassed her. So it's like, why are we putting these people, we're putting these contestants, I know this might sound dramatic, in dangerous situations by putting
Because what you're
dangerous men on the show with them.
But also, if you kind of take that down the road a little bit further, they're putting not the audience in a dangerous situation, but they're putting in the audience in a situation where we get angrier easier because we know of their past and we're kind of curious but at the same time, I guess the devil's advocate argument here is we don't want everybody perfect on these shows. I mean, reality shows are big characters, like people that do insane things. I don't mean murder, but...
No, but it's like, I feel like we should draw the line somewhere. And I think that stalking and harassing is something that it's like, okay, you're allowed to rehabilitate and move on with your life and learn and grow, but just not on TV, you know?
And I guess the thought would be, where is Cassie now? And I don't think Cassie has made any public statements in a very long time. Oh, good for her. But I also believe, Colton has done some interviews, and one of the stipulations on the interviews with him is that there are no questions about Cassie.
Yeah, it's probably part of like the settlement that they agreed on.
Yeah.
But in any case, I just think it's disgusting. And think about how many people we've talked about this before, being cast on the Traitors is the equivalent of being cast on the White Lotus for reality stars.
100%,
it is an
100%.
extremely coveted position to be in. And they give that coveted position to Colton Underwood and Michael Rappaport.
Well, so funny. I made a silly video about Michael Rappaport, eating with his jaw unhinged because I'm still just blown away. And like but I've known Michael Rappaport for a very long time, not personally, but I made this video. And then today I wake up to a DM from Michael Rappaport where he was like, collab me on this. And I was like, I don't want to fucking collab. I don't want to collab you, dude. Not right now. I do not want to collab you. Like, listen, dude, I just want to like talk my shit. I do not want to collab you, Michael. Like, I hope everything's well, but I do not want to collab.
It'll make you look like you're commiserating with him.
Commiserating. Dude, I mean, I love Rob from Love Island. He is such a good traitor, but I almost felt that was a slip up when he was like, that's not what it means, Michael. It means to like, and Michael was like, no, it doesn't. And Rob was like, yes, it does. I'm sorry. I had to say that. And it almost kind of like the mask came off where it's like Rob Roush is a lot smarter than anybody ever gives him credit for. And I thought, what a brilliant moment. So like moments like that on Traitors are so great to watch, but I do find it interesting that because of all of this and the casting, it turns into rage bait. Like we're arguing with each other once again about something.
Yeah, I mean, you could make that argument that like, oh my God, like this is exactly what they want. They want everyone to be, angry and talking about Colton and talking about Michael Rappaport.
Yeah,
it's like, sure, maybe. But like,
well, do you think I mean, Sophie, I'm not in those rooms. Neither of us are in those rooms, but I'm so curious in those rooms when they're casting. Are those the conversations that take place? Is there somebody like I just did, devil's advocate? Are they arguing back and forth of this is why it would be good? I can see everybody in the comments on Twitter and Threads. Like, is that the conversations being taken place? Or are they like, well, he's got a big following and, he did that could be exciting. Like, what are the conversations?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just wonder if we think about it way more than they do.
I'd be like, no, it's probably not worth the backlash because there are people that have like sworn off the show until Michael Rappaport or Colton either or gets eliminated. So I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, but again, I'm not a TV executive. So
well, Timothy Chalamet, if you're listening, just make sure you keep it cool, man. We want to be able to, when you do eventually make your way to Traitors, we want to be able to watch you and enjoy you and not tear you apart in the comments. Okay.
Oh my God, he'd be so fun on the Traitors.
But yeah, he would be the sexy Rob Roush type. Like
he would be
on overalls or something. Yeah. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about here. I'm trying to think about where to start. This is hit or miss. If you even, I mean, I care about this, but it has been talked about a lot in the press this week that Bravo finally announced their Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Roaring 20th. It's called Roaring 20th. Celebrate the 20th anniversary of Housewives with Orange County, and they're taking Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip. And the housewives they chose were Countess Luann, Portia Williams, Lisa Barlow, Kyle Richards, who I'm leaving out two of them. Oh, Vicky Gunvalson.
Yeah.
And Giselle Bryant from Potomac.
Yes. I was surprised that Lisa Barlow. Wait, no, she is an OG. Who is not an OG?
Portia Williams is not an OG from Atlanta. She came on, I believe, the second or third season.
OGs. I don't know why I thought that.
So my information that I had gotten a month or so ago was that Nene Leakes was going to be one of the main cast members. She's OG. But now Nene Leakes announced her return to Bravo this week, but it's just as when they're visiting these cities, they're going to throw these big party events, and a lot of housewives from previous seasons will show up to these events. There's going to be over 60 housewives, probably more, that you'll see on this show. So she announced she was going to be one of those, but I heard that she initially was one of those 7. So I don't know if Portia filled in for if something happened contractually, or if that was just false information from the beginning, because all of the other housewives are first season housewives.
Yeah, I have questions about that. Also, why Kyle Richards? Can we stop?
The only reason I want to see Kyle on there is if Morgan Wade is one of the tour stops, is what if they're like driving to a Morgan concert. That's the only. But I mean, this season of Beverly Hills is so bland that I'm just like, listen. It'll be fun. It'll be fun regardless. But I did notice in OC last night, or Newport or something, Kelly Dodd posted a picture with her, Teresa Giudice, Jacqueline Larita, and Lynn Curtin. And so I was like,
Lynn Curtin.
I
haven't heard that name in years. Oh my God. Cuff Love Bengals. Cuffs.
So I hope her cuffs are doing well, but I was like, oh my God. So I was wondering because I knew they started shooting. I think they started shooting at the end of this past week or this next week. So I was wondering if this was a shooting event and this was already, because Teresa's actually one of the main cast members.
There's no way Kelly Dodd is going to be back.
I don't know. I mean, or at least on one of those big party scenes. If one of those big party scenes, it could completely happen. But also, I kind of want to throw like a little wrench into the mix. And it's like, Vicky's coming back for the 20th season of OC. Like on this road trip or on the 20th season, you got to bring back Brooks. We got to find out what happened with Brooks and his teeth and that cancer scare. Like
Girth Brooks for a second. I was like, Brooks? I was like, Brooks Marks?
No, Brooks Ayers. Brooks, like he got the teeth from Vicky.
Brooks.
Because Vicky would be like, nobody ever filled up my love tank like you did. I mean, wouldn't it be great if they actually finally cleared up the air on like, he was definitely lying, but was Vicky in on that lie about the cancer scare?
Oh my God, I have so many thoughts about that. Because I don't think that she was. I think that she literally was blinded by love, and I think that she turned off all. And I've always been a Vicky apologist. It's my birthday twin. That's my sister. So no, but I think that she turned off all like logical sense of reasoning.
You do that when you're in love.
She's a smart woman. I literally think that she just refused, like she just had blinders on. And I will stand by that. I don't think that Vicky was in on the lie at all. I think that there were obvious red flags and she had rose-colored glasses on.
Exactly. Well, that's actually a really interesting take. But do you remember how he like wrote her a card every day? Like he like wrote her, like had a Hallmark card every day as part of like filling up her love tank. And she was just so gushing in love. But I feel like that storyline never... Yeah, like never. Yeah, he was a love bomber before that term was in vogue.
Yeah, he really was. He really was.
So, but also to your point, Lisa Barlow is an interesting choice because the reunion this past week was just one big Lisa Barlow monologue. And I found it hysterical. A lot of other people found it very annoying. So they're picking like Lisa Barlow. It'll be interesting to see her interact with because you have Teresa Giudice and Lisa Barlow, who are kind of wild cards if you get them in a certain anger space. Kyle Richards, I guess, is just kind of like level headed to a sense in that group of people. You got Vicky Gunvalson, who's a wild card. Portia, I mean, Giselle's another one that's kind of, she acts normal. And Portia, I don't know. It'll be an interesting group of women that lead that charge.
I am one episode behind. I haven't watched the reunion part 2 of Salt Lake City,
Oh,
but,
no,
like,
Sophie, only reunion part 1 has been out. So
oh my
you're
god, then I am
fine.
caught up. I don't know
You're
why I
caught up.
thought the 2 parts already aired. I am caught
No.
up. I was like, "Oh my god, there's another Lisa Barlow centered episode." Like, honestly, she did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, she did nothing wrong. Free Lisa Barlow.
We are now about to talk about my favorite underwear company in the world. Yes, of course, I am talking about MeUndies. You know what's better than flowers that die in 3 days? Matching underwear, of course. Seriously, MeUndies has cracked the code on Valentine's Day gifts with their matching underwear for couples. It's cute, it's intimate, and you will wear them more than once. MeUndies makes matching underwear specifically for couples. They have adorable prints, different cuts for each of you, all made from their signature ultra-modal fabric that feels impossibly soft. I'm wearing them right now. That's right. At this point in time, I now have 8 pairs of MeUndies. And my God, it really, truly helps me get out of the bed in the morning when I know I'm going to be wearing MeUndies. Unlike other brands just slapping hearts on generic underwear, MeUndies designs coordinating prints from the ground up. Now, their Valentine's Day collection has prints made for two. It's the kind of gift that makes you smile every time you put them on. Now, there's over 30 million pairs sold and 90,000 five-star reviews. People love these because they actually fit well and they feel amazing. Their first pair promise, a 45-day risk-free, means if your first pair doesn't work, and they're going to make it right. No hassle. Every style comes in coordinated prints so you and your partner can match. Boxer briefs, trunks, briefs for him, bikinis, thongs, boy shorts, cheeky styles for her. Same print, different fits. Valentine's Day, February 14th. So, if you want these delivered in time, order soon. This is the gift that keeps on giving long after the holiday's over. Make this Valentine's Day one to remember with matching underwear from MeUndies. To get exclusive deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/SoBad and enter promo code SOBAD. That's MeUndies.com/SoBad, promo code SOBAD for 50% off. Well, this was so great. I mean, and I do want to point out, and this kind of, spills over into other pop culture. At some point, it is so funny, and maybe this is karma, how much of Ben Affleck's life has intersected with Bravo now, because this week, Emily Orozco from Access Hollywood and Housewives Nightcap podcast, she was interviewing Ben Affleck and Matt Damon for their new Netflix film, The Rip. And Emily's a huge Housewives fan, and she threw in a question going, hey, you've been a little bit of a storyline on Salt Lake City. Lisa Barlow said she had to miss a cast trip because she was hanging out with you and Blake Lively at Sundance. And Ben Affleck looked like in a panic. He was like, what? He goes, oh, Lisa Barlow says you know her. He goes, I don't want to get anyone, I don't know her, but I don't want to get anyone in trouble. And he looked panicked. He was looking at Matt Damon like this is the shit I have to deal with, because I want to remind people, remember that him and J-Lo got back together the second time because of Madison LaCroix from Southern Charm, when it was like A-Rod. She had like a little DM flirties with A-Rod. And then that led to the J-Lo breakup, which then led to Ben Affleck getting back to J-Lo. So Ben Affleck is very aware of Bravo, and it's like a weight on his neck.
I know that it's not Bravo, but obviously Secret Lives of Mormon Wives too.
Oh yeah, Jen Affleck. Yes, this you never hear about Matt Damon in reality TV, but Ben Affleck gets reality TV name dropped all the time, and I think he's sick of it.
I love when Lisa's like, I don't want to name drop or anything, but Ben and Blake are going to be there.
But then Lisa Barlow, you guys, Lisa Barlow. Ben and Blake are my best friends. I'm Team Blake. Fuck Justin Baldoni. She defended herself and put clips. I guess it was for Ben's movie, The Accountant 2 at South by Southwest, where I think she did or helped do the after party at one of the screenings. She had no pictures with Ben, but she had a picture of Ben on the red carpet. And it was so funny because then Angie K was like, oh my God, he totally doesn't know her. Like, they're just sniping at each other in the press. But, listen, all these events. Like, there's no way, even if she ran the event, sometimes you do not meet the lead people, but everybody name drops people. That's like the name of the Hollywood game. So it is funny. Lisa just really standing 10 toes down, defending herself so hard in that first episode.
He was very diplomatic about it. He
was really nice.
Embarrass anyone. Like, that was actually really nice.
But my thought, I was like, he's hiding something. He's fucked Lisa Barlow. I'll go that far.
Honestly, I would ship them.
Oh my! No, I want John. I like John Barlow. I mean, justice for John.
No, yeah, you're right. I do like John. I think if it's between John Barlow and Seth Marks, 10 out of 10 times I'm choosing John.
Oh, can I tell you something that scared me this week was after that reunion, I posted that photo. Lisa Barlow does have a picture with Ben Affleck, but it's from like 2015. And she posted
No, it's 2017.
2017. So she posted that. And then I posted like Lisa Barlow with a fan. It was just like a silly little meme. John Barlow DMs me. I don't even think John Barlow follows me.
What is going on?
And he goes, LOL. And then, it was like, I said, I'm sorry, man. I laugh at your wife so much. And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, it was crazy tonight after the reunion. And then he goes, hey, when's your baby due? And I was like, what? You know about my baby? What?
Oh my God. What is Michael Rappaport, John Barlow?
Well, but I could read that too. I could read that two ways, in a really nice way of like, oh, thank you for checking in, or a threatening way. Oh, how's your baby? Guys, that's a total joke. I'm totally joking.
You have a lady at home, a baby on the way.
How's her health? Has she drank any Vita tequila lately? I would hate if she got a bad batch.
Like, I can't, all of the DMs, who's next? Todd?
Oh, Todd Bronwyn's. Oh, I would love from the Todd father.
The Todd father. Does he have Instagram?
I've never checked, but what did Lisa Barlow call him this week? Like the dirty old man Todd. The dirty old man Todd.
That clip of Lisa body shaming him at BravoCon where she was like, his dick is so tiny, and then like you can't even see it with that big belly of his. And Brad was like, so you think my husband is like fat and ugly with a small dick? And she was like, he is.
I'm sorry. Funny. It is so not right, but it is. But I also love Lisa Barlow video of her holding court at BravoCon, and she was like laughing with the fans. And, I mean, that's a lot of people. Like, that's magic to a lot of people. I do want to read one thing to you in regards to Heather Gay before we move off of Salt Lake. Carlos King, a producer and great podcaster. I love Carlos. He said this week, which I love.
Yeah, I saw this.
Heather Gay is the most dangerous housewife that's on television. When she said production could have given her the black eye, that was the day I said, there's nothing I have for you anymore. As a producer, to somebody who has grown up in this business from production assistant to where I am now, we production are sacrificing our livelihood, leaving our families to go to a state we don't live in. So when Heather made that black eye comment, I said, oh, I know who you are. And she has proven every season that I'm right. And to remind people, remember when the Jen Shaw black eye thing happened, she threw out at the reunion, it could have even been production. And so that's a really important little note from somebody that's been on the other side of like, Heather is dangerous.
She is. I'm really fucking over Heather. I'm sorry. I am.
Yeah.
I'm over her.
I mean, same. I mean, but at the same time, I can totally see why she fits in on that show. And it's going to be interesting because I know Heather does pay attention to fan reaction, how she'll take that into the next season, And
oh my God, she's so in tune with fan reaction and how the audience perceives her, which is why I find her, one of the reasons I find her very disingenuous. So I think that she will try to course correct next season. If there's anything we know about her is that she wants to be a fan favorite and she really cares about that. And I think that she genuinely thought her arc this season was going to be beloved by the fans. She was like, they're all anti-Meredith, they're all anti-Lisa, which is not true.
Well, I thought you were going to be like, because everybody has mattresses, and it'd be relatable that she has a 20-year-old mattress that she threw away.
Also, the lie about Captain Jason.
Dude, that was the other thing. So they highlighted that in the reunion, you guys, and they showed the footage where she said to Brittany, like, oh, we fucked around. It was not. I'm sorry. She lied point blank. Nobody says we fucked around and that meant hang out. I've asked people the younger than me. I've asked people older. That's bullshit. And she got caught and she's lying.
Yeah, completely agree. And then she tried to like gaslight. She was like, I never said that.
Yeah, it's like, fucking around means like hanging out, guys. Everybody, it's total. And like not Teddy, but Whitney was the only one that was like, yeah, that's what it means. It's totally like that.
Oh my
yes,
God, shut up, Whitney. Ugh.
In really, potentially scary news, because I feel like this is otherworldly. Page 6 did an article this weekend. Countess Luann's daughter, Victoria, if you remember her, she's now a psychic medium, and she rid Countess Luann's house of a ghost. So now Luann's daughter has gotten into the business of being a psychic medium and healer. And in an exclusive interview with Page 6, Victoria said, even as a young kid, I used to see some ghosts. I used to see some weird dark energy when I was probably 6 or 7 years old. Again, in my teens. This could have just been Ramona drunk that she was just hearing in her house at night. You know, like this, I mean, but you can actually sign up for like psychic medium shit with Victoria. That's better than a Cameo. I would totally use
I
her.
I love that for her. I'm interested in trying her out also, even though I think I told you how I saw a psychic semi recently, and it was insane.
I know you told me you were going to, but I don't think you told me the aftermath. What
Oh
happened?
my god. Okay, so it was because I was writing an article for Bustle. I got commissioned to write an article because she is like a
Oh,
summer
awesome.
house. She's like a summer house favorite, Bravo Celebrity favorite psychic named Karen Reese. It's Karen with a Y instead of an E. And she was unreal. So she's a psychic slash medium. And the amount of names that she knew, like you could say, like, oh, of course she knew the name Henry if she looked at your Instagram, which I don't think she did. But like, distant relatives, my mom's best friend, like, all of these, like, there's no way she could have known. And then she was like, "Something is going on with your husband's, ankle or leg." And I was like, "I don't think so." Henry was on a bachelor party that weekend, he got bit by a spider on his ankle that weekend.
Man, it's like aliens. I want to believe. I want like but at the same time, I'm
You
always scared they're going to
will.
tell me something so bad that it's going to like depress me for the rest of my life.
Also, like, some of them will be like, "You're gonna go to Italy in a couple summers."
Yeah, it's like,
It's like, "Yeah,
I'm seeing that Timothy Chalamet wants you. Does that ring true at all for you? Would
they'll
that?
tell you what you wanna hear most
Yeah.
of the time."
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I thought congratulations to Victoria. I think that's amazing. And also Countess Luann, she is going to be on that road trip with these ladies, but they also page 6 put a bunch, or maybe it was Demois, put a bunch of Luann on the beach in Hawaii doing cartwheels. And I was like, she's still got it, man. Countess Luann is out there still doing, like, she is the real deal. Even when cameras aren't like on her, she's in a bikini doing cartwheels on a beach in between cabaret performances.
Yeah, that's just Luann being
Yeah.
Luann.
There was a Vanderpump Rules reunion that was actually union, not because I don't like the show. I just didn't think they would give this, because Next Gen didn't have one. So but they have a full reunion with Andy. And so I still am really enjoying this season. I mean, come on, we
Yeah,
had a
wait.
storyline about a penis pump this week.
I was gonna say, have you kept up with it?
I have, yeah. I
Okay,
really enjoy it.
I fell off at some point. I think it was, like, around the holidays. I'm not saying I gave up on it, but,
No,
like,
it's great
I
because
just
you'll next like when you have a Sunday of just like
yeah,
whatever, you'll be able to like burn
catch
through
up.
them. And or even before if they do a second season, which obviously they are going to if they had a reunion for it. But I also was wondering because Andy Cohen was in San Francisco yesterday for the memorial of Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead, and obviously John Mayer was there speaking. But I did wonder if Andy was like, "Well, I got to go to that memorial. Why don't we just do a Vanderpump Rules reunion?" I wonder if it was last minute or it was planned all along. No, for real. Like I just wonder if that was
He's
like
like,
because
"Well, I'm on the West Coast, so it might
yeah,
be
I
close."
mean, and they filmed it at SUR. They didn't film it in a soundstage, so it was kind of easy to potentially. But I don't know. It was just like a thought in the back of my mind. I'm probably wrong.
Oh my god.
Did you see John Mayer give his speech at Bob Weir's memorial?
I didn't see it. I saw some of the content that Andy posted, but I did not
Yeah,
see
it
John
was
Mayer's.
beautiful. I mean, and
Oh,
I really got. I've grown to really respect John Mayer over the years, and I know he's somebody that's made mistakes in the past. A lot of us idiot men do, but I
sexual
really.
napalm.
Yeah, sexual napalm is his comments about Jessica Simpson, saying the N-word and something like there's things, but I really have grown to really respect him, and I'm very hopeful because it sounded like in his speech that Bob Weir had told him like keep this music going. So I think that he will potentially keep this Grateful Dead music alive and well in between his own solo music, and I'll I'm very curious to see what he does, and I think that's
Yeah.
it's in good hands, even though OG Grateful Dead fans are sometimes very weary about John Mayer from what I've read.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just think he's like a pretty boy. And he's like, at first they were like, oh, and, he does all the John Mayer guitar faces. And it's like,
Mhm.
nobody will ever compare to Jerry Garcia. So I always find that interesting. But I
Okay.
remember seeing Dead and Company for the first time with John Mayer. And I was pissed because I was like, is there anything this guy can't do? Because he was like, this was years ago. He was great looking. He's got the voice. He's like wailing on the guitar. He's with the Dead, but he also
He
has his
has,
solo
like,
work.
the most incredible watch collection.
Oh, no, he did. He hosted a show. He hosted some like watch convention show of like he has like $1 million watches. I mean, there's just also I think he's like very very funny. So very
He
jealous of
is.
John
He's
Mayer.
so funny.
Yeah. So anyways, it'll be curious to see what happens with the Grateful Dead's music and how John Mayer will be involved. Let's get to heated rivalry. We got some. This is where toxic fandom always takes hold. The Francois Arnault, who plays one of the characters?
Yeah. So, okay, I think I know what you're going to say. That Francois Arnault, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Who plays Scott Hunter in the show,
The hockey player,
apparently is maybe dating Connor Story or Stories.
Who plays the Russian, Connor Story.
Who plays Ilya Rozanov. So, I guess the fandom, the age difference, I think, is about 15 years. Francois is, I think, 40, and Connor is 25. And the fandom is, like, freaking out because they're jealous. I think it's because they're literally jealous of Francois.
So Francois unfollowed everybody on his Instagram, you guys. And I guess Twitter was ripping Francois apart, sending death threats to him and his family because he was seen out in public with Connor. And like you can watch so many TikTok edits of this. Me and Sandra and Rebecca, we've been going over this for the last week. Also, Francois, people are mad because he is openly bisexual. He is openly bisexual, but he is not gay, where Connor is gay. So now we're getting into like, you got to be straight gay or you got to be this. People are ripping him apart.
People are psychotic.
But the fandom on this is like, I love the show, but the fandom, it has been a while since I've seen things.
Extremely parasocial.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's crazy because in November, Hudson Williams, I think, had like 3,000 Instagram followers. Like, think about how fast they have blown up. This must be so destabilizing for them. And, oh my God, I can't even imagine. These fans are so psychotic. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
Connor was a waiter. Connor was a waiter 6 months ago at like the Laurel Grill here in Los Angeles.
Wait, is that the same thing as Laurel Hardware?
No, different. But I love Laurel Hardware. Laurel Hardware. Did you hear that, folks? That is Olipop. Now, Olipop is a new kind of soda that combines the classic soda taste with the benefits of a functional ingredient blend to support digestive health. Olipop is truly reimagining soda with high fiber and low sugar. And the exciting thing is that they are launching their new limited edition flavor, Shirley Temple. Olipop's take on the Shirley Temple is like the classic you remember, but brighter, bolder, and made with real ingredients that you can actually feel good about. Now, the original mocktail, they're releasing this just in time for Dry January. It's the original mocktail that's made not drinking fun, and it's a flavor everyone can feel good about. Olipop has quickly become my favorite new thing to drink. That's really good, and it supports digestive health with real ingredients and less sugar. So, here's what you do. Get a free can of Olipop. Buy any 2 cans of Olipop in store, and they're going to pay you back for 1. It works on any flavor, any retailer. Now, you got to go to drinkolipop.com/so bad. Olipop is sold online, drinkolipop.com, plus Amazon, and it's available in the soda aisle and with the chilled beverages at thousands of retailers nationwide, including Walmart and Target. Trust me, folks, you are going to love this. They have a great happy hour if you're ever in Los Angeles. Starts at 5, ends at 6. Highly recommend it. But yeah, it's interesting. I haven't seen something explode this big in a while. And for those 2 lead guys, Hudson and Connor, I mean, I'm waiting for one to get a big like Marvel job offer, or one of them to get cast in The White Lotus. But the other thing was interesting is Benito Skinner's ex-boyfriend, they just broke up a couple months ago. What's his name? Terrence O'Connor?
Terrence O'Connor, yeah.
Terrence O'Connor was spotted out with Connor Story as well. I don't think it was anything, but that was another thing brought up.
Wow,
and then Benito Skinner. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Because Terrence O'Connor actually did an interview last week talking about how hard the breakup has been and how it's been like a real emotional time, but then it's like really beautiful at the same time, which I think anybody that's been in a long-term relationship that breaks up, there is so much self-reflection and so much hurt and stuff. So he actually spoke, I forgot what podcast was, but I was watching clips and I thought he spoke about it really beautifully. But then I'm like, if you're dating the heated rivalry guy, Benito Skinner's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my God, I missed that. Yeah, I mean, that fandom, it's just something else. The fact that, like, there is actual homophobia in that fandom, too.
I know!
And biphobia. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's like this show is actually good to actually, like, help people realize how normal being gay is or should be, you know? Like, don't make it... I mean, we make everything toxic, gay, straight, whatever, you know?
Yep, everything eventually turns toxic in this world.
Sophie, are you a Harry Styles head? Are you a big Harry Styles lady?
I'm a fan. I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh my God, counting down until the album drops, but I'm excited for it.
Well, we did get the announcement that Harry Styles, as we predicted, is back in 2026. His new album, fourth solo album called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, will come out in March, and he's about to announce a world tour, and he is confirmed for Madison Square Garden, but they do not have they haven't released the dates. Now, he did 15 nights, which I believe maybe were back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, which was one of the longest runs at MSG. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that have had long runs there, but he did a lot of dates, including Harryween, right? His Halloween show that he does. So a lot of people are predicting he's going to do 20 shows at Madison Square Garden. But I was watching clips of Harry Styles last night. He really does have it, man. Like, he's just really good on stage. It's like he has this weird David Bowie sexuality. Like, I like him a lot.
I also have an unpopular opinion that I thought he was pretty good in Don't Worry, Darling. I didn't think he was bad. People are like, oh my God,
do people think he was bad? I thought he was great.
People think he was so bad, especially opposite of like Florence Pugh, who is like obviously incredible. I thought he held his own. Like, I thought he was pretty good. So
he was also good in that Christopher Nolan film Dunkirk, if you ever saw that.
Oh, he didn't speak though, right?
Yeah, but he's just beautiful. You don't need him to speak.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
Oh my God, Harry Styles, he did Rivalry Season 2. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh my God, I would love that. Are you kidding?
Or what? If we do like an all-star cast of Traitors, Harry Styles, Chalamet. I'm trying to think who else, but I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, I just watched Celebrity Traitors UK because I didn't realize it was on Peacock. Did you watch that season?
No, that's like still something I got to binge. Was it great?
Well, I love Claudia Winkleman as host.
She's great.
I think that she like rivals Alan Cumming. Like, she is
but has her own thing. Neither of them are imitating the other. They're so different.
So different. She's just so camp and like she takes it so seriously. It's so funny. I thought these faithfuls were like the dumbest faithfuls of all time, but it was fun to discover these UK celebrities that I'd like never heard of, and they're like huge in the UK.
It's awesome. Like, well, I will say, I think, not to stand up for the US, but US faithfuls are pretty dumb too, I think.
Yeah, no, they are.
I don't want to.
I think that like Rob and Candace have a very good chance of winning. And I know that after the first 3 episodes, I was like, I think Candace is a little too loud and outspoken.
But she dialed it back.
I think she dialed it back, and I think she's actually the perfect amount of loud and outspoken. Whereas Rinna, we saw at the end of the last episode that they're on to Rinna because she's all of a sudden so quiet, and that's so not like Rinna. So I think Rinna...
But Colton was the one that brought that to the group. So that's like the one sometimes you don't want bringing your name, because Colton is starting to like, you're starting not to trust him if you're faithful.
Right.
But I don't think Rinna can stand up. But Rinna, if she is not called out like she never really truly was called out in a real way on Beverly Hills, she can really worm her way through. But once she's called out, she's not really good at defending herself. She gets tripped up really easy.
Her famous lying face.
They're like, wait, she's like, oh yeah, I think Ron is. And they're like, why? Cause it's
Yeah. So if I had to guess, I also think that if she murders Colton right after he said in front of that group that he's suspicious of Rinna. So he said in front of that group. And then that also, like, Rob obviously reported that back to Rinna. And then people could start looking at who was in that group and that reported it back to Rinna. Like, I feel like the move is not to, even though I want Colton gone, I think that she would put too much suspicion on herself if she murdered Colton right away. So I don't know what she should do here, but either way, I don't think she's long for this world.
But Rinna plays dirty. I could see a world in which she would throw one of the other traitors under the bus just to save herself.
I could see that. I would love to watch that.
Yeah.
I love when the traitors turn on each other. It's so fun.
No, it's like the best part of the show. What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, there's that. Also, in terms of television, we got our first full-length trailer of Euphoria Season 3 premiering April 12th this week. And just like I told you, Sydney Sweeney is playing a cam girl or an OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the characters, because remember, there's like a time leap. I think there's like a 5-year time leap. So it'll be very interesting. A lot of people were like, who needs this show? I mean, I guess nobody needs any show, but I'm down to watch it. Like, I already have HBO for free. I'm watching it.
Oh, I've complained so much about how nobody gives a fuck anymore about Euphoria, but I am going to be sad watching it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I love how they're like randomly in a desert. Like, why are they in a desert?
The only reason why, you know, it's because it cinematically looks good. You know, it's like, it'll be so cool. And then we'll go to the desert and like, there will be drugs involved. And then there's going to be guns involved.
The drug dealer is back.
Yeah. The drug dealer is back 5 years. Rue, you owe me money. 5 years later. Great.
And Jacob Elordi, Nate and Cassie are married, but then Cassie also is an OnlyFans model who is like cosplaying a deer for some reason. Maybe she's like a furry.
Great.
And what else? I think Jules is a sugar baby.
Yeah, Jules is a sugar baby. Sam Levinson, the creator and director of a lot of the episodes, you know, he had a really hard time getting these scripts done, and that's what kept pushing things back. But I sometimes wonder if he doesn't like Sydney Sweeney, or just like, okay, we're going to get you to show your tits. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to make you, your thing is an OnlyFans. Great.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Sydney Sweeney she made a lot of bombs in this last year movie-wise, but The Housemaid has now made $200 million if you include the overseas tally. So they've already fast-tracked a sequel to The Housemaid. So she is considered to have one hit. Now, I do wonder how Scooter Braun, her current boyfriend, is pulling the strings behind in terms of press. So really pay attention to the articles you see about Sydney Sweeney in the next 3-month period. I think you're going to see a lot of flowery pieces or trying to position her as a very established artist. Like I just have this prediction that Scooter Braun is pulling strings behind the scenes to really up her career to, you know, she was already on the rise, but then she took a dip this past year, this 2025. I'm very curious to see what happens at this point with her career.
That's an interesting theory that Scooter Braun is like a PR mastermind suddenly.
Well, he thinks of himself as a PR mastermind. That doesn't mean he is. I mean, that just means that
he came in and he's like, I'm going to take control of this ship.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I do.
Interesting.
Well, there's a billionaire. I mean, he's now admittedly gay, David Geffen, who he's legendary in Hollywood. He's very old now, but he would do that with Joni Mitchell and Cher when he was, when he was presenting as straight or still not dealt with his homosexuality. He took Joni Mitchell's career and he just turned it, he just really exploded her career. And then he took Cher coming off of Sunny and not really knowing who she was as a solo artist. He said he fell in love with Cher and just made sure Cher's career was on the right track, pushed certain acting projects and got Cher to where, she really had this huge resurgence. So, I mean, I do think of Scooter Braun as a little bit of David Geffen type. Folks, I have a question for you. Imagine if edibles just made you feel good instead of too high. Wouldn't that be great? It's consistent, mellow, and super delicious. Lumi gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. So whether you're looking for an end-of-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi gummies has a strain right for you. I have been taking these the last couple of weeks to help me. If you listen to this show, you know I have trouble sleeping, and they work so dang well. I actually look forward to going to sleep now. Lumi gummies are available nationwide, so go to lumigummies.com, that's L-U-M-I gummies.com, and use code SOBAD for 30% off your order. 30%. Again, that's L-U-M-I gummies.com. Use code SOBAD. lumigummies.com, code SOBAD.
Wow. I didn't know who David Geffen was, so I just looked him up. Do you think that he's in the market for a sugar baby?
Well, he has one of the biggest yachts, and he just now. But Snarkbait should someday do an episode on David Geffen, because he married a husband that was 40 or 50 years younger than him, and they got divorced. And then the husband, even though there was an ironclad NDA, was like, I need my money. And he was a pretty boy model, and it's there's all this dirt, man. But yeah, David Geffen,
I'm looking. Oh my God, I'm looking.
You see it? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I used to study David Geffen as a kid. That guy, he's legendary. What did you think of
Ryan,
Southern
who was the 6th president of the United States?
David Geffen? Look,
Love
Sophie,
you.
I couldn't even tell
Blind.
you. I couldn't tell you where. I couldn't tell you certain city. I'm so bad at all these things, but like that shit, I can memorize backwards and forwards.
What is the capital of Montana?
Bozeman?
I
Is
actually
that?
don't know.
I was like, did I get
Wait, both of these questions that I asked you, I don't know.
it? Okay, what did you think of Southern Charm?
I saw a tweet the other day that was like, oh my God, I wish I could credit them. I'm sorry. It was like, I'm like Rain Man, but with pop culture knowledge.
Yeah. And
That's your name.
the sad thing is probably everybody listening or watching, you're like Rain Man with pop culture knowledge too. So all we're pushing out right now is Rain Men with pop culture knowledge. That's all we are now.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. That's all we are. And all of you guys, you're all going to have podcasts within the next year. It's that's where we're all headed with all of this.
That article that was like the majority of the US population did not read a book in the past year.
Oh my God.
We're part of the problem.
Speaking of that, and I saw clips. I don't listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, but Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, like I said, they've been doing like a huge tour to promote the Rip on Netflix, their movie. And Matt Damon was speaking and saying like, it's crazy. Making a movie for Netflix is different because Netflix will tell you, their data will say that most of the viewers of Netflix are on their phones the entire time. So if you make a movie for Netflix, they make you reiterate the plot like 4 times in the movie. And so like you have to reiterate because everybody is on their phones, so they don't have the same attention span as the viewer, the premium viewer that will go to a movie theater to see a movie. And I thought that was like, because you think about like, there are certain Netflix movies like Knives Out, like that I don't think does that at all. But then there are other movies like Red One with The Rock, like, Netflix, and they know their business. They're right.
Yeah. No, he said something like, usually you save like the big explosion for the 3rd act, but now you have to like keep people's attention right away. So you have to like have that at the very beginning of the movie, which is so interesting, but so true. And also really sad.
Yeah, it is really sad, but like that is like the nature of where we're headed. And they also had a fascinating conversation about AI, which I'm not going to bore you with, but I thought it was really interesting. Speaking of, did you watch Southern Charm this week?
Yes, I like just watched it today.
Oh man, that I think is one of the funniest TV shows on right now.
Yeah.
Craig acting shocked that Sally was like, I want to, it means I want to date you. And he's like, huh? What? And he's like holding the chickens that he convinced her to buy. She bought a chicken coop because she was in Craig's hot tub. Craig's hot tub needs to be, I feel like Trump needs to take over Craig's hot tub. That's where
I don't know why
they
haven't filmed a single scene in Craig's. We keep hearing about it, but like, where are the cameras?
Well, they had that one at the party where Corey Kiefer was in the hot tub with Craig and Sally, but it was just like a brief scene.
Oh God!
I have another pitch. Because Craig like is really into self-help and stuff like that. What if we did like a Craig Conover talk show from his hot tub?
Oh, that's like the new Alex Earl. Like, get real with me. And it's like in the bathroom or like whatever it is. Or like Hailey Bieber's bathroom show. Or like in bed with Paige DeSorbo, but it's like in the hot tub with Craig.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I've heard of the Paige DeSorbo one. I don't know the other ones, but imagine Craig like sitting down talking philosophy and conspiracy theories in his hot tub, and we shoot it as a talk show.
Remember Cocktails with Chloe?
Yeah,
it's
yes,
like that,
I do.
But in Craig's hot tub.
Cocktails with Chloe was on E! You guys.
Yeah,
it was. It was great. But I love this season. I think it is so low stakes. And this Sally, this is who you want on reality television. The ones that are going to make really bold choices. Even if you don't like Sally, I really thank her for her service. And I'm very curious to see where she goes from here. And this Austin, man, I think Austin is almost worse than Craig sometimes. He's so like into Craig's business and what Craig's doing.
I know, but like I was Team Austin, and I'm biased because I hate Craig, and you guys know this. I'm always going to be Team Austin over Craig. But, like, I think that Austin wasn't necessarily in the wrong. I mean, it is Craig's business that he wants to friend zone Sally, whatever. But the way that he was, like, talking shit about Sally after, like, being really close with her for, like, a month or so and hanging
It was
out every
that
night.
was weird. There was like,
That
she's
was
a
weird.
tornado.
She's
Wouldn't
a tornado.
Wouldn't you just be like, I'm so sorry that she took it the wrong way and I feel horrible now?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just like so rude out of nowhere. And I think Austin reporting that back to Sally, obviously in the real world, you'd be like, well, why did you do that? You're causing
Because
drama.
he's trying, because
show.
Austin is subconsciously trying to sleep with Sally, even if he doesn't know it.
Yes, I think he also is trying to sleep with Sally. I completely agree with that. But I love how Sally is like, I'll show him a tornado. I was yeah, let's go.
Well, but see, this gives Sally, it gives her a whole third act now to be angry and to like really lean into that. And it gives her of like, oh, okay, I look like a fool, but now I can come off angry and I'm sure everybody's going to support this. But I really feel this in my bones that Austin and Sally are dating now.
I think they might be too. I don't know where. I think
or just knocking
the
boots.
Files. I think it was the Bio Files interview that I listened to with Austin.
Wait, did he ask if he's dating Sally?
One. They did ask about Sally, and he said, I think she's a great girl. We've gotten really close, blah, blah, blah. He didn't like confirm or deny anything. It definitely sounded like there's
Sally's listening to the Vile Files, just going, oh, claim me, Austin, claim me, please.
Exactly. Which, speaking of which, Nick and Natalie have still not acknowledged or apologized.
I had that to talk to you about. So it's so funny. When I'm on TikTok, I'm now getting pushed Nick Vile clips, and I always see you and Snarkbait tagged in the comments, and I'm like, I'm like,
the number one.
I'm like, wow, you're like that's your bread and butter there.
Yeah.
So they still haven't apologized. Rachel Lindsay, I saw a clip of her talking on her podcast that, and she's friendly with them, but saying, I don't know why it's a bad thing to say, hey,
right,
I'm sorry, and to learn from something, because isn't that what we're trying to do? And I think if you talk as much as we do, and I know for my own, like I put my foot in my mouth a lot.
Same.
But what is wrong with sometimes acknowledging when you make a mistake? Because wouldn't that help your audience maybe trust you a little bit more?
Exactly. Also, because they're always holding people's feet to the fire. They're always trying to hold
they're always
on their show.
Yeah. So
it
what
makes
is
them lose credibility. Completely makes them lose credibility. It's actually insane. I don't understand the tactic there. The only reasoning I can come up with is that they both are genuinely narcissistic. And I know we throw that term around a lot, but I think that there is like an inability. Like if they apologize, they're admitting that they're wrong and they can't like handle that. And also I think it's so funny because Nick Vile, one of his sayings that he always says is, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Meaning,
is that his saying?
Yes. Sometimes he says that sometimes you just have to admit that you're wrong in your relationship because, it'll make the other person like whatever it is. So it's like he can't even follow his own fucking advice. God, I hate them. I hate their smug faces.
I like my sayings are like doop doop boop boop. Like I have like bloop 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 bloop. I have no say. Well, I mean, it is, what I was really trying to think of, like devil's advocate again, is that I was wondering if the reason why they haven't apologized, because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. And I was trying to think sometimes, and you probably have felt this too, as a creator, is that you work so hard and it's like, I know that sounds like, but a lot of people can't see the work. They just see you being goofy and you're like, oh, I could do that. So you don't see it. So you put a lot of yourself into it. And then when something goes so wrong and you get a wave of negative feedback, you almost sometimes, your initial reaction is to sometimes get indignant of like, well, how dare they? They don't know how hard I'm working. And you all of a sudden you find a way to like shift the conversation to be like, well, I'm working hard, and you take it so personal that you then become indignant with your audience. And I wonder if that's what's happening here.
That's an interesting theory. I mean,
would that make any sense or no?
I've never felt that way personally. Like I just, maybe it's because I haven't been doing it as long as you.
No, I think I think you're also a more confident person than I am at your core. And so I think you have a natural belief in yourself that I sometimes don't. And I think that sometimes you might come from a different space maybe. So yeah, maybe I'm completely wrong because Nick probably is more confident too.
I don't know. Like when I see feedback or anything, negative comment wise or whatever it is from our audience, I'm like, yeah, you have a point, or
yes.
Here's where I was coming from, or like and I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn. I like just genuinely never feel defensive in the way that I think that Nick Vile obviously does.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of like at this point, why not say something? Like,
exactly.
why not throw a 30-second thing out there of going,
they've never apologized for anything. They've never acknowledged when something is happening in their own lives. And I think Rachel Lindsay also mentioned this, like the cheating rumors that they never, ever acknowledge, which you could argue like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
They don't want to acknowledge something personal like that. But it's like they're always picking apart other people's lives and other people's mistakes.
It's
and then
hard,
when
but
something happens to them, they don't acknowledge it.
But like it's like if you've built something that is this big, you want to like care for it just like you would a child. And so like, like what I would say if I knew them was just like, listen, I know, like, don't blow this because of pride, really get your audience back, like you have this amazing forum that you've like built up, this platform. Don't blow it for stupid shit. Like, and especially if you're in the wrong, because all it takes is a 15-second apology. Like, yo, you just got to understand that was not the intent. And that taught me a real lesson. That's it. That's all you have to say.
That's it. Especially like Natalie's young, like, I mean, 27, but like I feel like it's like, you know what? I'm getting better at this whole interviewing thing every day. I did not approach this with the level of empathy that it deserved. I deeply apologize. How hard is that?
Oh God. I mean, and like, there are times when I'm editing something where I'm like, oh God, I failed fucking like, oh, I hated this. I failed at this.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much loathing that sometimes goes into creation.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if it's like that for them or if they're just so cocky and it's like all the shit I'm thinking is not even it at all. They're just indignant.
I think they genuinely think their shit doesn't stink. And also all of the comments that are like, they're like, not to bring their innocent child into this, but it's like their parents, they're teaching their child now that you should not apologize when you mess up. Like, I just think it's like they're just awful role models, awful people. Just, oh my God. I can't say enough bad things. Obviously.
I can't say enough bad things. I cannot say enough bad things. Okay. A couple of quick hits before we go. Let's see here. Oh, Janet Caperna from the Valley actually came out with, I just read on page 6 was she lost 20 pounds over the last couple of weeks. So she thought she had acute gastritis and colitis that caused her to lose 20 pounds in 12 days. And I guess she talked about it on her podcast and just says, I couldn't even post things because I don't want people to think this was what I was aiming for, that I think this is right. Like I don't look good right now. This is not healthy.
She has a podcast?
I think so. Yeah. It says on her podcast on page 6. But I mean, I thought that was why, that's got to be really scary to lose 20 pounds in 12 days. Holy shit.
Definitely. Especially because I think people were accusing her of getting the shot. I mean, she admitted that she was abusing Adderall at the last Valley reunion to lose weight. But people were
But didn't she say that as like a flippant joke? Like, she's like, oh,
she was like Pilates and they were like, what's your secret? Pilates and Adderall.
So I do find that very, I just found that like sad. So hopefully everything's okay with Janet. It'll be interesting to see because I feel like we're going to get season 3 Valley trailer relatively soon. And I do believe, I'm just curious how it all works, without Jax there. Oh, did somebody sent me a picture in
I
Facebook?
saw this. It was Jackson Shane.
What now?
Oh, I saw a photo of Jackson Shane from Vanderpump.
Oh no, Jackson Shane working out. But one of my listeners in the Facebook group, they said they have pictures with Jax in Canada, and he was eating dinner with a group of people, including Lori, his public relations lady, and Jax took pictures.
Dating Lori?
No, there's no way.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, that would be wild. Okay, here it is. I decided to go to dinner tonight, but last minute I decided to go. Look who we ran into. Oh, she didn't say where this was. Oh, Montreal. It was in Montreal. So Jax is alive and well in Montreal. So I'm curious what he was doing there.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, okay. Kourtney Kardashian announced she's 3 years sober, which was a whoop-de-doo for me. I'm like, okay, cool. Good for you, Kourtney. Okay. And Lamar Odom got a DUI over the weekend.
Oh, no. Don't like that.
No, I mean, he really truly has a very bad addiction that doesn't seem to... Yeah. I'd heard rumors that people were seeing him drink in Vegas, but he was arrested in Las Vegas on suspicion of DUI. He was driving more than 41 miles per hour over the speed limit when he was caught. So he has to appear in court on It happened on January 17th. So Lamar Odom seems like he is not doing well. Also, Teddy Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp on the Joe Rogan Experience said that his daughter is still struggling and that he wants his daughter to move home. So I don't know what that means. She did finally appear on 2Ts in the Pod this past week to recap, I believe, the Salt Lake reunion, if I'm not mistaken. But John Cougar Mellencamp in these interviews, because he's promoting a tour, made it seem like that there has been some sort of something bad is still happening for Teddy. She is not cancer-free. So hopefully everything is going well there.
Yeah.
And I think, listen, that's it. Oh, wait, to leave you, we have a couple more minutes. I wanted to read this quote because I wanted your thoughts on this. It's a little big brain, guys. So this is from Ezra Klein, who I'm like so on. He was talking to James Tallarico on a show, and he said, "What is to you the rage economy?" And James Tallarico said, "The billionaires own the algorithms and the news networks. They have created for-profit platforms that divide us on an hourly basis. They elevate the most extreme voices to provoke our outrage because that leads to more clicks, which leads to more money for them. They are selling us conflict right into our bloodstream, and they're calling it connection. And I think it's left people starving for actual community." Sophie, your thoughts as we end today?
I completely agree with that. When you think about the fact that all of our social media apps are owned by billionaires, it's kind of alarming. And I know that Jack Dorsey just came out. Did you hear about this? It's called
guys, Jack Dorsey used to, he
Chat.
was the guy that did Twitter, but then sold Twitter to Elon Musk. But now he has a social media company that doesn't even need Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. But like Henry, of course, is like, whoa, this sounds really cool. Like we should download it. And I was like, Henry, no. I was like, I'm not. He was sitting across from me and he downloaded it. And he was like, download it, please. Like we can talk on it. And I was like, how is it so far? Like, is it worth it? Because I'm sick of all of these billionaire apps. And he was like, well, there's no one to talk to on it. I was like, so I'm obviously not going to download it because A, it's just going to be fucking stupid, just like the rest of these stupid apps that I waste my time on. B, there's no one on it. No one cares. Like, just stop. These billionaires it is a rage economy.
Yeah, you have to choose which billionaire you want to support.
Exactly.
And like,
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of them stealing my data, affecting my thoughts. Like, I feel trapped with social media, honestly. And it's like, but there's no other choice.
But yeah, like they do say it's connection, but all we end up doing is fighting each other. And I'm getting tired of fighting each other. It's like,
oh my God, yeah. In the way
I like connection.
The way that people speak on social media, they would never speak like that in real life. Like people feel so confident saying the meanest thing you've ever heard behind a screen. It's like,
be a man
so
and start
toxic.
a podcast.
I know, like the rest of us. And I know that like if you're listening to this, you're probably like, well, you can always delete social media. I feel like I can't. Like
it's
I feel
addiction.
like especially
it is straight up addiction.
Not just addiction.
And you need it for work.
We need it to be plugged in now for like our podcast, to know what's going on in the world, to know what's going on in pop culture. Unfortunately, like I think about it every day that I would delete social media if I could. Like I'm so sick of my algorithms. Again, these billionaires platforming, especially Twitter, which used to be my favorite app. You go on Twitter, it's fucking Nazi central.
Oh, I told you, I haven't been on Twitter now. And I actually kind of proud of myself. It's been like 3 or 4 months. And,
it's basically the Fourth Reich on Twitter.
I didn't think I could break my habit of it. And I was like, oh, I can. But now I'm on Threads. So like, it's not really that, it's like, well, choose your poison. Who's coming up on Snarkbait this week, Sophie? You got Dark Energy Tuesday. Who's on Thursday?
We have an OG YouTuber who is extremely fucked up as a human being, David Dobrik.
Sean? Oh, David Dobe? Oh!
Yeah, we're doing a deep dive on David Dobrik. And again, Patreon is the Megan Wants a Millionaire murder.
We'll never, I'm so pissed we'll never see that documentary that one dude made on David Dobrik.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that? Like, it's really...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of fucked up shit.
Snarkbait, you guys, you know it. You love it. Baby snarks everywhere. And Sophie, go have a great time at Marty Supreme. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And we will talk to you guys on Tuesday, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Wait 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay.